Let's go!
And they get lucky that there's not a penalty. Hollins accidentally bumping in.
Patrick Mahomes gets viciously outplayed by Josh Allen. What is going on with this Chiefs offense? The first thing I love from the Chiefs is this shows that Andy Reid is always innovating. He actually takes this play from Steve Sarkisian. He actually went viral on Twitter with this rush design. So that shows you that Andy Reid is always finding new ways to get his skilled playmakers to football in space, and you start off with a good game. Okay, so this is 2 plays later. We get a really bad interception right here from Patrick Mahomes. So with the running back going out and the corner staying to the outside, he knows that this is zone coverage, and it is exactly that. It's a single high, middle of the field, closed zone coverage. And this honestly is just a pretty easy read if everybody comes down on Travis Kelce here. You throw this right here to Noah Gray for a big gain. Then, if you want it to get really sexy, to the bottom of the screen, both the DBs actually come down on number 9 right here, Juju Smith-Schuster, and you have DeAndre Hopkins. If you hit him upfield shoulder, he's picking up an extra 10, 15 here. But Mahomes, in what is a somewhat decent pocket, decides to step up. We've seen him make that throw while getting hit plenty of times. Overshoots Noah Gray, and Rapp gets an INT. Now, I'd like to throw a red flag on my own analysis just then. This pocket's not good. Okay, you got Jawan Taylor, Lockneed over there, that weird alignment. He gets beat to the inside pretty badly. Is there a little pocket that he could have thrown the football just to Gray without stepping up? Sure. But 92 makes a really good play. Russo just too much pressure to the inside right there. And this ends up being an INT. Maybe you could roll out to the right and find D-Hop, but that ball's never being thrown. But either way, Mahomes will tell you, you probably shouldn't throw an INT in this spot regardless, and it's a turnover. Okay, let's get to the very next drive, and Jawan Taylor's struggles continues. He is a huge liability. Now, there are other really talented teams in the NFL that have had bad right tackle issues. The 49ers are one of them. But, man, you get this block right here. You're saving a big hit on Mahomes. Honestly, everything is really defended well right here from the Bills. Came out with a really good defensive game plan. But look at this shot Mahomes takes early in the game. And 57 was also able to play the flats. And lucky enough, this deflection fell just right there. All right. There is always going to be an instance where heavily relying on Justin Watson is an issue, right? The ghost of Sky Moore and Kadarius Toney will catch up to you at some point, okay? Because everybody here is just locked down, all right? Xavier Worthy locked down. Watson locked down. Everybody's covered. Everybody. Now, is there a world where if you're Mahomes on this whip route, you would like to see Worthy shaking the hell out of a DeMar Hamlin in this spot, but Hamlin's just all over him, okay? And the protection here was actually fine. Would you like to see Mahomes potentially work the backside dig right here to DeAndre Hopkins? It would be a bang-bang throw right here. So, yeah, you would like to see that, but Mahomes just has to eat a sack, okay? Ugh. All right, one of the biggest plays in this game was this ridiculous catch right here from DeAndre Hopkins. Okay, Mahomes is like, F it, let me go to the guy that I know can create separation. And look at this catch. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. And then you follow that up on 1st and 10. You get a little play action right here. And guess what? You are in a really good spot. They have 5 guys committed to the line of scrimmage. Everything is eaten alive. And then you have a 6 right here on the running back. So you have a really nice, deep over concept here from Xavier Worthy. He should be winning the foot race on deep overs every single time. And thankfully, Mahomes finally has a clean pocket to make this throw. And we finally get an on-target throw from Mahomes to Worthy. Really good stuff. Xavier takes a big hit, but you move the chains. All right, so everyone piled on Xavier Worthy. You could go watch the film study from last week. What did I say? He's a rookie. I've seen him get open, and this is actually a play where you love to see it, right? He took a big hit on that last catch. This time he breaks a tackle and falls forward. And then on the next play, you actually see Mahomes throw with some anticipation to Xavier Worthy. Mahomes doesn't like doing this with the receivers he does not trust. He's starting to trust Worthy. Look at when he's actually throwing it. Really, really, really good stuff. And that's what you love to see if you are a Kansas City Chiefs fan. And because you threw with the anticipation, that gives Worthy a chance to make a run after the catch. And you take the lead after the first quarter here. Nice little split zone action. I hate you if. All right, kind of unfortunate if you're a first quarter Kansas City better. Start of the second quarter, you get the touchdown here to Xavier Worthy. Chiefs have been trying to run this play. Sometimes it gets stopped. Sometimes it doesn't. You saw Mahomes have a floater to Worthy, I believe, in that Buccaneers game. This time, he sidearms it, gets it to Xavier, and once again, you trust him to win the foot race, and Worthy's amazing first quarter continues with a tutty. We get to the play that everybody is criticizing Worthy for, and rightfully so. This has been a major issue for not only Mahomes missing Worthy some on the sideline, but Worthy staying in bounds, okay? You get exactly what you want. The corner leaves Worthy, and Worthy has a one-on-one versus a safety on a deep, deep, deep corner, okay? And look, he is wide open. Mahomes is throwing this football in perfect timing here. He gets this out as quickly as possible. Does he lead Worthy maybe a little too far to the sideline? Yes, but I mean, everything's happening fast. That left foot's got to drag in. You've got to drag that thing in. It's not a negotiable at this point, okay? Love this formation from Andy as well. You bring Hardman into the backfield, and look, you just, once again, you would like the throw to have kept him inbound, maybe a little bit more, but honestly, if you're Worthy, that left foot has got to drag. It does. Now, it's difficult, but you got to have it. All right, so we get to the play of the Andy Reid era, okay? The pick and roll play. This was one of our first deep dive viral breakdowns on this channel. Make sure you check it out. And normally they run this with Travis Kelce. It's actually run a little bit better with Noah Gray because it is a little bit more deceptive because, with Kelce, he is, the most volatile and dominant receiving tight end. So if you run it with tight end number 2, it makes it that much better. And the funny thing about this is this variation of this play, Andy Reid adds a running back screen element to it. So the defensive tackle thinks, hey, this is a running back screen to the right. Instead, it's a slip screen up the middle. And look at all this room for Noah Gray to operate, who had an absolutely positively phenomenal game. Good blocks down the field from Kelce and everyone. And you pick up an explosive play that was there just on play design alone. All right, so you get Mahomes being Mahomes here. You're in 13 personnel with 3 tight ends to the right side, one of which is Peyton Hendershot, okay, who you just brought in. I think I actually have his rookie card over here. So you're rolling out to the right side. I'll be honest, I would like Mahomes to just throw this away, but Mahomes is Mahomes, okay? He can get away with things like this. He sees Travis Kelce here. I wouldn't have shocked me if he was trying to actually throw this to Kelce, but he's getting hit. It does look like he's trying to throw it to Hendershot, and he makes a really good grab. Okay, 3rd and goal. What a play from Mahomes again, okay? Sees Noah Gray right there. Man, this is just like the play last week versus the Broncos. I don't understand why you're not closer to the goal line and letting Mahomes play pitch and catch right there. Good stuff. Touchdown. Chiefs take the lead. And ironically, you did have something potentially open in the back of the end zone as well. Once again, Andy Reid in the red zone is diabolical. Now we have reached the second half. Please, if you don't mind, smash that subscribe button. Ring the bell. Chiefs Kingdom. I am here. I'm not a Chiefs fan. I'm always going to be straight up with you guys. But I love watching Andy Reid and this team operate, and I'm also a pretty big Travis Kelce fan. So we get a roll out to the right here, and this was actually a pretty bold decision from D-Hop. he decides to break off his route here. Okay, this is designed to go to Xavier Worthy here in the flat. So you could see that he decides to leak vertically. This might be a design because Watson also leaked vertically. And look at this window Mahomes actually throws this football through. Bang, for a first down. Ridiculous stuff. I think the Bills did a really good job in this game of really mixing up their looks. Okay, so you'll see that they're making a few coverage adjustments to the jet sweep motion. And what they do here is they actually back this cornerback and Rapp becomes the flat defender. Okay, just changing things up is very creative. And the guy that actually makes this play right here is Watson. Take a look at this chip right here. Bang! That is physical. It actually knocked Watson off his platform. But doing that increased the space for McCole Hardman to make a play with the football here. And you get a really, really, really nice gain up the sideline. And you're almost able to stay in bounds. Okay, so I will say this. I give the Bills a metric F-ton of credit. They really communicated and coached this game really, really, really well. And I thought the Chiefs' spacing on some of these routes were a little weird. Okay, so you're running two stops right here. This might just be D-Hop just freelancing. So, yeah, this ball right here, Mahomes, I'm a little shocked he didn't just stick with this because you see he actually starts off looking to the right there, decides to work back to the left, and you eventually get a holding call because the Chiefs' offensive tackles are just not it, and it sets you back. After the holding, it's second and Lenexa, and this honestly is really good stuff from Mahomes, okay? So Taylor Rapp is really playing with the Chiefs right here. He starts off on the left hash, and he starts running to the right. So what does Mahomes do? He looks left to pull Rapp over here and works the vertical to D-Hop to the right. Okay, that's really good stuff because obviously you prefer to be throwing the ball to D-Hop instead of Xavier Worthy. The only thing about it is Worthy actually did have a step here. Okay, this is Burn City, and maybe this ball vertically is being fit in even with Taylor Rapp running over here. But look at Worthy. I mean, that is ridiculous separation right here. And, man, you see Mahomes starts off looking left and then works back to the right. You have, a little out and up here. And look at this, okay? He's trying to throw this football right here. Noah Gray is even more open, but you would like to see D-Hop make that catch. It's a difficult catch. The Bills' defense in this game just stepped up and made big play after big freaking play. And that's really impressive, okay? Look, this twist stunt got home, and they timed it perfectly. Russo really was an issue. Okay, and Mahomes, look at this. All right, I love the way he just flick at the wrist. Okay, look at that ball location. Dear God, dear Lord, 47 just made a good play. My goodness gracious. All right, let's slow-mo this 3rd and 14 here. And man, first thing is you can see the Chiefs are still sorting through route concepts, and this is honestly this little chunk of play shows you how much cat and mouse goes on during the course of a play because watch, you'll see both the Bills and the Chiefs were not ready at the snap. You rarely see that, okay? So Mahomes here gets a really good pocket. This time the twist stunts are picked up really well, and this honestly is really good stuff for Mahomes. You see this much space for Travis Kelce. Let's see if he can make something happen. Old Travis Kelce is making 39 miss and gaining a huge chunk of yardage, but this is not old Travis Kelce. He does make a miss, but that's just the difference right there. Now, in this spot, would you have liked to have seen Mahomes work to the bottom here with DeAndre Hopkins? Sure, okay. This is there. Okay, that's not even D-Hop. That's Juju Smith-Schuster. So trusting him to burn someone is like me losing 10 pounds in the winter. It's not going to happen, okay? Okay, so you start off with the Carson Steele throw to the flats, and you pick up some yardage here, and you're still down by 9, and you got to score. It is mind-blowing how much the Chiefs run this play, and this was a play that really got them going in the Super Bowl as well. Vertical after a chip with a tight end trailing behind it. Look at all this space right here. And, God, I mean, this design is just so beautiful, and it's so simple. Okay, you get a pre-snap motion from Xavier Worthy, and it is amazing how much Andy Reid can help mask your offensive tackle deficiencies. Okay, so you get a chip right here from Noah Gray, who's actually the guy that the ball is intended to go to. All right, then you get a second chip to help out a struggling tackle on Rousseau, or actually that's 57 right there. That is just really, really, really good design to help out your protection, which has been sucking. And then the chip actually helps the actual pass as well, because it's a delayed reaction. Vertical here from Justin Watson, and then you're just trailing Noah Gray behind it. And, man, it's just good, simple offense right there from Andy Reid. And he'll take those 7 yards all day, every day. And then, guess what? This Chiefs running game, which has been good all season long, gets it going, all right? Once again, you're not going to get any 50-yarders. You get constantly, though, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15-yard runs, and that's good enough. Once again, Mahomes being Mahomes. You saw this in the Tampa Bay game. You cannot play this far off of DeAndre Hopkins. He's just going to bend off the route, and Mahomes is just going to pick you apart. That's just so unfreaking believably easy, and D-Hop almost gets up and makes a play out. And then this is why this guy is still the QB1 of the entire planet, okay? Look at this ball location here to Justin Watson on the rollout, and look at this. I mean, look at this. Bang, okay? No separation at all there, and you're still able to complete it. Okay, guess what? You run the little screen and roll play with this receiver now, Juju Smith-Schuster, and once again, it's just verticals with little routes run behind it, okay? Man, the Bills' defense, which had been good, Andy Reid just diced them up. This is a quintessential Reid Mahomes drive right here. And then you get the 2nd and goal, okay? Now, I've run out of words to describe Patrick Mahomes, and this is when you thought for sure the Chiefs are going to win the game with one of these vintage Mahomes drives, okay? Nothing is open. Absolutely, positively, nothing is open. So Mahomes doesn't give up on it. He doesn't just throw the football into heavy coverage. He then waits for Noah Gray to turn out and up on the scramble drill. He sees him, and while a guy is hitting, I mean, just look at how quick this ball is delivered once he sees it, okay? He sees it and then gives a little ground to give Gray time to make this throw. And while he's getting hit on the next step, look at this throw and look at the ball location. Bang. Okay, I know the camera guy's blocking it a little bit. And good job by Noah Gray tap-toeing here. Bam, bam, 2 feet in, and you get a huge study. All right, so this was just a weird game overall. Chiefs are now down by 9, and they're in a lot of trouble here. Okay, so they got a nice little check down to Pirine, and if you were to really break this game down, it was pretty even across the board. Josh Allen just made more plays than Patrick Mahomes did, including that 4th down play, which was phenomenal. Right here, Mahomes has just got to hit this, or you can hit this. Now, it's difficult because this corner can bail out and pick this off. So this just needs to be hit. I do think the difference in this game was the Bills' offensive tackles had a better day than the Chiefs' offensive tackles, and Josh Allen overall just had a better day than Mahomes. You would just want to hit this to Noah Gray, but you have 2 timeouts. A 2-minute warning's already been burned at this point, so you have a huge loss here on 1st. So then we get the 2nd down here, 2nd and 13. Honestly, I just think this ball needs to go to Noah Gray again on the check down right here. Okay, everything vertically is just taken care of. Honestly, could this deep out to D-Hop be completed? Sure. Mahomes elects to roll out to the right, and nothing is open, and then he tries to throw this ball to Pirine here, and it's incomplete, almost picked off. And then we get to third down. Once again, these plays, if you're down by 9, you're not going to win the game regardless. But he is Patrick freaking Mahomes. You can see he tried to throw this, and he was like, no. Guy's getting tackled in bounds right there. You know, he decides to roll out. This ball to Hardman maybe could have been completed, but, man, everything is just covered, right? So he throws this ball to Watson, and it ends up being dropped. Before the game-sealing INT, you get this scramble right here from Patrick Mahomes, and this is obviously vintage Mahomes. It just gets taken away because of a holding call somewhere, okay? I'm not sure if I saw it, but still, they called it. I'm not so sure. I'm really not so sure, okay? So it looked like here, let's just see what happens. Where was the hold here? Maybe I'm tripping. Let's see. They called it right here. That's not holding. I'm telling you, okay? The whistles in this game went against Kansas City, all right? If anything, that's a dive. Let's see. Did he pull him down right here? No. He just put him on the ground. That's clean to me, and that's just a big, big, big call. But in many ways, this is a win for the Chiefs in the long run because now you cannot say that the refs have it in for the Chiefs because that mishold, along with that offensive pass interference that wasn't called on a touchdown, right? If you call that correctly, that's probably a field goal instead of a touchdown. It's a 4-point swing, and then the Chiefs probably would have at least kicked a field goal to make it a one-possession game. It changed everything. So, yeah, Mahomes and the Chiefs got a little screwed in this game. Lots of home cooking for the Bills, okay? So, you got to pick up all the yards here on 4th and Overland. And obviously you can't throw this to Pirine. He's not picking that up. Nothing is open over here. Obviously, when you look at it again, you prefer to throw this to Juju Smith-Schuster. But you do see that right here, yes, there is a deep safety cap in this. This is where I would have gone with the ball while I'm getting destroyed here. Linebacker just made a really good play, and that's all she wrote. Okay? So, let me know, Chiefs fans. I do want to include this. I don't think this is a hot take because the PFF grades, I just looked them up. They weren't that bad for Mahomes. They're obviously bad for this offensive line outside of Creed Humphrey. But I will say, Mahomes is the 5th best quarterback in the AFC. Now, is he still the best quarterback at this point? Yeah, based on accomplishments and who you won in the playoffs, sure. But Burrow's been better. Allen's been better. Lamar's been better. And I would say at this point, the way he's playing right now, Justin Herbert's been better. So there's just so many cyborg quarterbacks in the AFC. That C.J. Stroud guy is still pretty good, even though he's not played his best. It's hard, right? I think it has more to do with those guys playing absolutely ridiculous than it does Mahomes struggling. And look, the lowest graded player per PFF in this game was actually Kelce. He's just not the same guy, and that's kind of tough for me being a Kelce fan. But let me know what you guys think down below.